The Joe Burrow paradox is I have no idea how to rank this guy, and you shouldn't either, because this dude at LSU had Jamar Chase. Now you could say in the opposite effect that Joe Burrow, they had Joe Burrow throwing them the ball, but hold on, and Justin Jefferson. Now, mind you, both of these wide receivers are like top five at their position. You throw in Tyreek Hill, maybe top three, right? You know, from year to year, different wide receivers go up and down. Those guys are pretty consistent on how great they have been. Jamar Chase literally was getting his numbers with Joe Flacco. And Justin Jefferson has been getting his numbers with any quarterback under the sun except JJ McCarthy, which is hilarious, you know. Uh and to think that Joe Burrow has had another good wide receiver uh with Jamar Chase almost his entire tenure with the Bengals. You know, so you go with his first year, right? ACL injury, and this has kind of been like Joe Burrow's career's like you could really do it in like 3 season cycles. He does really well his in college, gets banged up. His first year ACL out, third year he's totally gone. Like I mean, he's gone. He's out the moon. As in, this dude is he took off. Super Bowl, almost beat the Rams, which we'll get back to him being clutch later. And then he takes people in mind. They're calling him Joe Shiesty. They saying he's amazing, right? Cool. Third year, they get to the AFC Championship game. Similar numbers to his second year. They lose barely to the Chiefs, which, you know, it is what it is. You know, which is a big storyline because this team is the only team in the middle of the Chiefs' reign of dominance to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. That's an accomplishment. Now, is it one people will remember? No. They will just say you lost the Super Bowl. And how many Super Bowl losers do y'all remember? Be honest with me, guys. Y'all remember Rich Gannon? Y'all remember Jake Delhomme? I didn't look these up. These off the top of my head. Do you remember because I'm a freak. Um do you guys remember man, I can't remember him now. But do y'all recall a quarterback named Tom Brady? Yeah, because Tom Brady lost 2 Super Bowls to Eli Manning. The only reason we remember Tom Brady, and people barely remember that undefeated season. The only reason we remember Tom Brady is because he won those 3 Super Bowls early in his career, and then he won those Super Bowls later in his career. There was a stretch where Tom Brady did not win. I think Burrow can go through a similar drought, but it's more likely that he's closer to Dan Marino, who, if y'all remember, Dan Marino had fantastic wide receivers. It was Dan the man, but he had really good wide receivers. So you got to really look at that when you look at someone go 43 touchdowns, 9 picks. Now, before that season, which remember, we're going in 3 year intervals with Joe, he got injured. Okay? So that was a Bengals season out the window. So if you're the Bengals, right, and then this season he gets injured, you have had one good season with Joe Burrow, one bad. No, you have one bad. It's a weird cycle. And you got to say bad, good with it has to be binary because it's a team. You think it from a team success point of view, not because Joe was injured or not injured, right? Uh, one bad year, 2 good years. My pen's not working. 1 bad year, 1 good year, 1 bad year. So what I got here is minus plus plus minus plus minus. That's 500. That's you're 3-3 in terms of good year, bad year. And it's shoot, you could even the 43 touchdown 9 pick year, it could be 2-4 in terms of good year, bad year for the Bengals. Because they went 8-9 and didn't make the playoffs. Or 9-8. Well, either one. It doesn't matter. You didn't make the playoffs, no one cares. Right? So this is the paradox. You have a super great quarterback, right? Which I think we have adjust expectations for because I think we put him in the D Rose, Andrew Luck mindset of these injuries is gonna derail a super awesome quarterback's career. I think that's where a lot of the news cycle, which I kind of made fun of in the video, but a lot of the news cycles of Joe Burrow, like saying he got to change, especially that day because he's a super competitor, obviously, of him saying he doesn't think this team can make it to the in his current state can do anything in the playoffs, even if it got there. It's very melancholy, that interview, that press conference. They just got eliminated in the snow, where he played fantastic, other than 2 picks at the end of the game, which is kind of like a microcosm of this guy's career sometimes, like Joe Burrow's career. Because he had a chance to win the game on the Rams. Mind you, he was going against Aaron Donald and Von Miller, which I don't know how the Rams pulled that off. But in the Super Bowl, so yeah, that it was a little tough. But he had some solid wide receivers. He had a lot of help to try to win that game. He had a chance to win the AFC Championship game. With the Chiefs. I remember watching that game very vividly, and they had him pinned back. Like the Chiefs pinned him back, and I mind you, they do have a great pass rusher. The Chiefs have a great defense at this point in time, but he had a chance to go down the field and win the game, and he just didn't do it. Which might get to that when I talk about like Josh Allen's microcosm career. It's just you get a chance, and people don't really care about the details of your O line sucks, and they have one of the best pass rushers in the league. Most people don't care. They just be like, "Well, you had a chance to win the game, and you lost it." That's why a lot of LeBron detractors exist, because he puts his team consistently in a position to win the game, but he doesn't always do. You can say that's fair or not. It just is what it is. Let's get back to some of the things that may be in Joe Burrow's favor. He has a terrible O-line. I looked up all the Pro Football Focus stuff. It's all true. Terrible defense. I would say for 1 or 2 years, the past years, yes. But like in his early years when they had playoff success, that was not the case. Great numbers. He's a great quarterback, great completion percentage, great numbers. Fantastic grit to play through injuries and anything that may be ailing him. Not Baker Mayfield levels of grit where you just gonna risk your whole career because you can't throw the ball, but it's there. Comparison is the thief of joy. And here's my opinion. I put at the bottom, and this is a negative one. Can't call him clutch because he's not there. You can't call him, because I gotta alluded to this, even in like parts where he is clutch, he's not there to. You have to be available. Like Mahomes is available when the Chiefs needed him. Which we're gonna get to a Mahomes video where I kind of talk about Alex Smith and like the effects of him taking over like a really good team, like Aaron Rodgers did as well, and actually doing better in that situation. But that's just me. Anyway, Let's get to some bad things. He's injury prone, high level wide receiver play, like ridiculously high level. He's immobile. Flacco was balling. Browning was balling the year before, one of these years where he got injured. And his mindset, and I alluded to this earlier, is it's getting into this D Rose Andrew Luck territory where it's like, do I still want to do this anymore? Do I want to spend more time rehabbing than actually playing the game? And that's a tough spot to be in. I'm not gonna lie. That is a very tough spot to be in. So that's where I'm at. Do y'all see why I cannot rank this dude? Is that crazy? I have no idea where to put this dude at. That is the Joe Burrow paradox. Where do you rank him? Knowing all this, two and four season, two and four in terms of winning seasons for his team. Great numbers, a Super Bowl appearance, a potential MVP if his team didn't suck, which was weird, and constantly injured. Super accurate quarterback. Where do you rank him? Because I can't. I would. I did a tier list, not going back, knowing I did this research. I would have not have put him on the list at all. Just a null. Because it's hard. It's hard to rank Derrick Rose, right? It was hard to rank Andrew Luck when he was in the league. Did y'all rank Andrew Luck when he was in the league? Be fair. Nah. Y'all said he was a great quarterback, just in a vacuum. And that's what people do with Burrow. They say he's a great quarterback in a vacuum. People say he's a top 5 quarterback, and I go, are you sure? Anyway, that was my video. Thank you for watching to the end. If you did, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on the Game Core channel where I just talk about whatever I gosh darn please. God bless. Godspeed to all your dreams coming true. Be blessed.